I'm through with making fun of social justice warriors. I'm through with making fun of Xbox and PlayStation owners. I'm through with making fun of mobile and gacha owners because over the past several years, it has become apparent to me, the gaming guru, the Nintendon, Harmon Smith, that the absolute lowest of the low in the gaming community is the PC master race, the dregs of society. They are the sort of people who make YouTube videos making fun of games that are never ever going to come to their platform. They are completely out of touch with the reality of their situation. They completely refuse to acknowledge the superiority of Nintendo consoles and instead will leave angry comments on Nintendo fan channels denouncing the company and everything that they stand for. There is no lower than the PC Master Race. They are the absolute bottom of the barrel trash. At this point, I expect that eventually we'll see PC gamers clowning each other and making detractor content, making fun of each other. We're not going to see like people fighting between the Epic Game Store and the Steam Shop. You're going to be seeing people making fun of each other for using different video editors. You're going to see people making fun of their PC builds and their specs, and they certainly will not be talking about games because that is not what they do. All the PC Master Race do is sit in a corner with their monitors lit up in the dead of the night and they watch Nintendo trailers. They comment on Nintendo trailers. They comment about how they can't wait to emulate this Nintendo game on their gaming PCs. They are anxious to start playing these games. They are excited for Metroid Prime 4 on Nintendo Switch to finally be emulatable. It's not emulatable, by the way. That's been confirmed. Like, they haven't been able to crack it yet. Like, they want to be able to play Metroid Prime 4 day one, but the reality is they're going to be sitting up in the dead of night watching other men play these games. They're going to be sitting up watching Nintendo YouTubers play their Nintendo games on their Nintendo hardware, where all they can do is just have a porn window open and just jacking it like with one hand, with one pinky finger, because that's all they can do. Like, that's all they can do is just watch Nintendo fans play their games because PC gamers are the absolute cucks of the gaming space. Think about it. They are legit spending their time watching other men play video games. Okay, I want you to think about that for a second. I want to think about like all the Twitch streamers, all the titty streamers, all the speed runners, all this community of people, the FGC. Like, I want you to think about this for a minute. The PC Master Race would rather sit and talk about video games on social media than actually play them. Like, that is the reality behind the PC Master Race, the message board warriors, the keyboard trolls that condemn Nintendo fans everywhere. Like, someday I'm going to be able to emulate this game and I'm going to play it with slightly higher settings. Like, it is just a gigantic cult. They are legit lusting after Nintendo releases. They are trying to gaslight you into thinking, the game is going to be better when it comes to PC. Like, Bayonetta 2 is going to come out on PC any day now. Duskbloods is going to get a PC port. Like, oh man, Nintendo fans sure are cringy for not liking Elden Ring. Like, you see these guys, who don't play games, who don't care about games, who are complete and utter exposed frauds, constantly coming out and doing everything they can to downplay every major Nintendo release, like all the while acting as if like emulation is going to allow them to play every single game ever produced on gaming PC eventually, even though even now plenty of games are not available on gaming PC. Like the idea that emulation is legal is a cope. The idea that Nintendo is going to put their games on PC is a cope. The idea that the PC Master Race is somehow based and the most elite gaming community on the platform, just a complete and total cope. There is no getting around this. There is no disputing this. There is no ignoring the grim reality of their situation. Is that these guys are sitting in cuck chairs watching other men play Nintendo games. Like, that is the reality of it. They are, by definition, cucks. Those gamer chairs you see with like the stupid padding and the over design and how like they just have like a logo on it and that makes it worth like $500. Like, these guys are telling you, trying to tell you that because they sit in those chairs, because they watch other men play Nintendo games on YouTube, because they're like uh, complaining about Metroid Prime 4, that somehow makes them more credible of a source than you. Okay. They think they're more hardcore than you because they watched someone play Metroid Prime 4 and beat the game before it came out on YouTube or something. like oh, they're posting spoilers like, oh, the final boss is kind of cringe, guys. I don't know about this 81 Metacritic score. Like, nobody cares. Like, that's the grim reality behind the PC Master Race, is that they hide behind Metacritic scores, they hide behind Digital Foundry, they hide behind game journos. Game journos. Like, these are the people who want you to believe that the Game Awards has a shred of credibility. It is embarrassing. They are the absolute like trash of the gaming community. You know, I bet my trash company would not take you because you would be a toxic waste. They would have to get like some specialist in here and like do some nuclear kind of like decontamination stuff. Like, you're gonna have to be like in isolation for like however long it takes, like a couple hundred years, and like, you are going to die alone. Okay, you are dying alone. That is the reality of the PC Master Race. Is that we in the Nintendo community are surrounded by friends. You know, we are playing Nintendo Switches at parties. You know, we are playing Nintendo Switches in public. We are playing them with actual biological females, not this femboy crap that you keep banging on about, and not these anime waifu gacha bullshit that you guys think is going to take over the industry. You know, we don't simp over Eve from a Stellar Blade, okay? We don't have to. We have actual girlfriends who actually like Nintendo and actually like playing games. You know, you guys probably don't even know what a real woman looks like. Okay. You guys have probably never even like seen one. You haven't even gotten within sniffing distance of one because you are such terminally online, cuckolded weirdos that you get your sexual kicks by watching Nintendo games and thinking about the day that it'll come to PC. And the simple fact of the matter is, it never will. It's never going to happen. Emulation is not legal. You are going to go to prison. Like, it is going to be embarrassing seeing the house of cards that the PC Master Race has propped up over the years just completely collapse. You know, it is downright embarrassing to see how these cucks have done their best to gas themselves up as the biggest community in the industry, when in reality they're not even dead last. They're not even in the race to begin with. They're on the sidelines watching as everyone else is just having a great time, and they're seething about them on Facebook like, oh, I totally could have won that race, and I totally could have gotten with that girl, and I could have totally gotten that job, and I totally could have written that book and sold it and done all this stuff. I could have become I could become a big YouTuber by making a commentary video on Harmon Smith. Like, look at how many views I get for talking about a Nintendo fan on YouTube. Like, you have completely failed. What you're seeing now is a similar kind of decline that the PlayStation audience did around the time The Last of Us came out, where the community tricked you into thinking that The Last of Us was like some huge deal, some huge cultural phenomenon, the best story in gaming, this huge, huge thing. Like we were told that The Last of Us was one of the most culturally significant moments in gaming, the Citizen Kane of gaming. And not only did it have a meandering sequel that nobody cares about, the original has faded away into relevancy and will never again have the same kind of millennial support, like support from douchebags that it did initially, because people grew up, people played other games, people got gained some new credibility. They learned new things. They played better games on Nintendo platforms. The PC Master Race is cut from the same cloth. You know, the same thing is happening, but only 10 years later. And I imagine because a lot of the people who hated who hated PlayStation and hated what they've been doing for the past several years have moved on to PlayStation out of this desperate attempt to try and move away from it. But in actuality, it's leading you down the same path. Like all your roads lead to the same destination. It all leads straight into irrelevancy. Like no matter where you go, no matter what company you support or what brand you buy, no matter what you tell people, the reality is that Nintendo will always remain on top, and there's nothing that the PC Master Race can do about it.